And this is the continuation of the explanation of what I meant by words manipulation. So the question I posed in my last video is, if an oppressed individual, or rather people, if we are not referring to the ones that have invaded the land, that have humiliate our fathers, our mother, our little ones, our elderlies, and not only do we have we experienced this humiliation from these individuals, rather the current invasion that was carried out by all European nations, all, not just British, all of them, because these people, most certainly, yes, we can acknowledge the advancement in weapon, that the knowledge of guns and firearms and cannons, the advantage it brings. But honestly, the man that is the group of people that is referred to as the British today, if we are to observe their footsteps in the past, and the best way that you can know a man is, you have to observe the footstep of the man, is these people, they are not they are not a so-called, perhaps, a people that embody discipline. And what do I mean by discipline? If we had to go back and we observe their way of life, this society, this group of people, either the Eastern European, not at large, but most certainly the Western Europeans, that are that are now, most certainly, they had the flag bearers of oppression on the earth today. If we are to observe them, most certainly we will be lying if, out of that observation, we come to a conclusion that their way of life is something that is a way of life that brings out the goodness potential in humanity. Most certainly, we both know that is a lie. That is a lie, because these people, they are a society of people, a nation of people that most certainly cannot deal with reality. Most certainly cannot deal with reality without a little booze. Before the sun comes up, you have your liquor store opened, your drugs. These are a community, these are a group of people that have always, they are a people that are, and I am not speaking emotionally, rather, the evidence, and remember, we have to be logical. Hatred, to hate something without evidence, is you being emotional, but rather the human being does have the potential to be logical. So when you know a people and the evidence is there, the stabbings that is occurring in the so-called greatest nation that's ever existed in the universe, wink wink, these people. But the evidence is there that the so-called European man, or rather today white man, is incapable of erecting a civilization that promotes and elevates the goodness potential of the humanity. Rather, it is clear to me, not seems, it is clear to me that the white man is most certainly ideal candidate for the destruction of human potential. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. Observe the earth, and you can come to the conclusion yourself. Now, to get back to this word manipulation I'm referring to, the massive invasion of the white people collectively, the Europeans. I am not going to just limit it to the British or the French, for rather we are aware that the Swiss, the people that are calling themselves Swiss, the Norwegians, the oppression of the dark-skinned people of the earth today collectively, and the mixed people of the earth collectively today, is by the hands of the European Union collectively. None of the European Union is innocent of the oppression and the destruction that has occurred to the dark-skinned people and to the mixed people. However, I am not one to deny the reality. To deny the reality, no. It seems that the reality is, just because I said I have faith in something, in some entity that I cannot prove, does not mean that the other man, the white man or the mixed man, also have faith. I, for one, will acknowledge, based on my observation, that the dark man honestly has no one to blame but himself. For one, it will be doing himself an incredible disservice to think that just because a man says he believes in the same God that he believes in, whatever this God is, that means he is his comrades. Well, I think the dark man, I can only hope, I hope the dark man can see now that no, logic must always prevail rather than your so-called faith. For I am not in denial of the existence of a supreme being. However, it is a shame, honestly, when we are observing the conduct, the activities, the reality of the so-called black people of the earth today. It is truly saddened, disgraceful, honestly. Not something applaudable, honestly, it's not. For the reality of the man is he wants to preserve himself. And to preserve yourself is the way of your forefathers, your identity. Another man that wants to preserve himself cannot be a man that will want to take his enemies as allies. This is a contradictory to the nature of our existence. And if we are to observe the absolute pathetic, undesirable position of the dark-skinned people collectively, not individual, but collectively, it is truly nothing to be applauded. Nothing you cannot applaud it. It is shameful. But perhaps when the real Messiah, that most certainly belongs to, is an individual that is from one of the communities of dark-skinned people. I don't know if it's my community. I don't know, but it has to be one of the communities. Perhaps when he returns, maybe then the true liberations of the dark-skinned people collectively, it will be something that will be possible. Until then, I hope all you individuals, the best. As for myself, I am part of this. I'm part of this ride, that you guys are on. So good luck to you. Yeah.